Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. This is just a quick little video to demonstrate the locations of a couple of mini-medals that I missed. I was missing 3 mini-medals. I know where all 3 of them were. I also found a chest that I was missing. The 2 mini-medals were southeast of Chateau Felix and in the Pirate's Cove. There's one more in the right outside the Dark Ruins, and I'll get that when we go up there to fight the boss. So, that's pretty much it. You get to Pirate's Cove here, just go to Fairbury and sail around and up through the river that separates the 2 halves of that continent. I'll show it here on the map as soon as it loads up. Just like that. And I'll see you later. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Dragon Quest VIII. When we last left off, we were going to fight Dual Magus. Couple of quick things before we go. I've tweaked my sound settings again. I turned down my microphone just a little bit because on the, I forget what the technical term is, the bar that tells you how loud it is, I was maxing out. So I turned it down by like a few points to just hopefully prevent any like really bad sound. I do apologize if the music is not loud enough, but basically I am using some headphones that have a major problem, and it was blowing my ears out. I'm using Razer Krakens, which I got for Christmas, and I didn't know this. I didn't buy them. I wouldn't have bought them. I'm not really a big fan of Razer products anyway, but apparently Razer Krakens had this issue where they are super loud. Like they were getting a lot of feedback saying we want louder headphones, and so they made the Kraken super loud. And there's no inline on these right here, which is crazy to me that you would make the headphones this loud and then not have an inline to fine tune it. But, so I had to turn down the music a little bit. I turned down the volume because it was, like, it was hurting my ears. So, anyway, this right here is the last mini-medal that we were missing. So I have caught all of the mini-medals up to this point. That I do believe is 36. No, excuse me, 56. We'll get 57 in the dungeon here. The magical number is 60. Oh, well, we have the magic mirror, sir. So I apologize if the sound is a little off. One of the things that I really wish I had the money to do is to build a new computer. My computer is really, really good, actually, but it wasn't made with, you know, like, sound and things like that. And because of that, when I plug in the mic and headphone jack, I get a lot of noise because my case is not properly grounded. I could probably fix that, but that honestly is more trouble than it's worth when I can just plug up a USB headset.
The dark aura! It's disappeared!
This guy is interesting because he's the only person that I can think of in the game who has a speaking role who is not British.
So you managed to get the Royal Argonian Mirror!
No, Dual Magus is kind of British.
I don't know how you got hold of it, but now we can finally get inside and fight Dual Magus. Well done!
I mean, this guy right here is like legitimately like American. He has an American accent.
Right. Well then, I'll just go and fetch my men.
Something about that guy's voice acting, I don't know what it is, reminds me of Mega Man Legends.
At last we can finish off that despicable Dual Magus.
Go blimey!
Like, this spot right here, you could really tell that that is actually not a model. That's a picture.
curse.
That's not his
Been
actual
traveling
model.
For a long while now. Looking back on all the hard times, I feel strangely nostalgic. But this is no time for reminiscing, you dawdler. This is our chance. Apparently, Dulmagus is a bit under the weather at the moment.
How do you know that?
We must give him a good thrashing and lift this diabolical curse. We'll be waiting here. I'm sure you won't have any trouble.
We surely won't. I prepared for this. So, anyway, like I said, if you hear... Sorry, this music is really, really loud in my ears. Especially that part of the music that just played, those horns. So, what we want to do here is we want to put Padfoot on. This place is not that long, but the enemies in here are kind of annoying. One of the things that I'm looking forward to in Dragon Quest VIII on the 3DS is, in addition to the new characters, and frankly, Dragon Quest VIII is my favorite Dragon Quest game. I know I've had people tell me I was wrong because Dragon Quest IV exists, but that's what opinions are for. So who do we have here? Phantom Swordsman. Oh, cool. That'll help a lot. So the way I'm going to handle the random encounters in here is I'm going to fight all of the random encounters without my monster team the first time. Just so, and for some reason, you know, maybe you didn't go out of your way to get all the best monsters. Maybe you haven't done the monster arena at all. And, because looking back, and I kind of felt like I was leaning a little too heavily on the monster team. And honestly, that's what it's there for. But, you know, I'll show you I'll do it once, at least. And then off-screen, I'll summon my monster team. As always, if you have... we'll just deal with the regular thing. If you have a good monster team, and you have 10 MP on your hero, the best thing you can do in random battle is use your monster team. So, it's honestly the least aggravating way to take care of it. Anyway, Phantom Swordsman. These guys are resistant to physical attacks, and they are resistant to pretty much every element except bang. So we want to use that. These guys can use they can call down terrible lightning and hit your whole party for like 30 points of damage. So I'm going to go ahead and have Angelo preemptively use the Chiron's bow. Okay, well... none of the status elements can work on them except Dazzle, but Dazzle has a pretty low chance to work, and honestly, the most annoying attack that they have... Why did I even have Angelo use Chiron's bow? They were stunned. Duh, that was stupid. I apologize. So anyway, they're immune to everything but Dazzle, and Dazzle has a pretty low chance to work. So, yeah, you can see that reduced damage there. That's from my amazing armor. Awesome. Don't worry about your MP in this dungeon. There is a healing point at the end, right before the boss. So, that's really nice. But actually, one of the things I'm looking forward most to Dragon Quest VIII on the 3DS is they're going to Dragon Quest IX's system of battles, random battles. They don't trigger random battles just randomly on the map. I'm sorry, I have a frog in my throat. The monsters are actually on the field, and you have to make contact with them, like the infamous monsters, to actually initiate combat. So here we have the Fallen Priests. This guy has 148 hit points, and he can cast Kassizzle and throw curses. If he's got other people with him, he can also bring them back to life with Kazing, but he's alone here, so that's really not that big of an issue. As far as attack elements, you want to use Whoosh and Crack. So I'm going to just use regular Crack spell. And this is also the guy in the dungeon that if you end up low on MP for Angelo, he's the guy you drain magic on. You don't get too terribly much MP back for doing it, but you know, it's worth it. You can also fizzle him. That might be worth doing because he has a rather weak physical attack. Not that the Kassizzle would really hurt me, but the fact of the matter is he can hit my entire party with it, so it's like, you know, whatever. So let's get on out of here. And I think that, like, having enemies on the map, it'll make backtracking, because there's a lot of backtracking and exploring the world map in this game, and I think that would make that a lot easier. This game is already pretty easy to level up in because of the metal slimes and all that. Let's see. So, you know, the ability to just avoid random encounters when you want to will be really good. So these are Bone Barons. They are slightly resistant to physical attacks. Pretty much all of the elements I have access to at this point will have slightly reduced attack power. So, but we still want to use Thin Air. Let's see. Let's use Crackle. You can put them to sleep, so I'm going to try that. Nice. One of the great things about this game is that unless an enemy is just outright immune to a status effect, it actually has a really good chance of working, even if they are, quote-unquote, highly resistant to it. You know, so basically, sleep is almost always worth using, as you can see there. Let's see, let's use Sizzle. I forget what's more powerful, Crack or Sizzle. Or Crackle, I mean. So let's just use the Magma Staff, I guess. Yeah, those guys not too hard. Alright. While I'm thinking about it, I do want to take this out of my inventory, and I want to give him this. And there is a reason for that. It's useful for one of the random encounters. It's not like super critical, but you know, it's useful. This way. One of the things that I think is going to be useful in the 3DS remake is the fact that you start the game with your map. It's the same as in the Android and iOS port. You're going to start the game with your map. You're always going to have it. So you're going to be able to do this anytime you want in dungeons and on the world map. Which is really good because I think they wait way too long to give you the map in this version of the game. They just wait too long to give you the world map. I mean, you got your entire party together before you get your map. That's just irritating. So anyway, the reason I gave the hero this lightning staff is for these guys. They are pretty resistant to physical attacks. They don't work very well at all. Thankfully, they don't have very much hit points. They have 75, and they have some resistance to pretty much every element. Let's see here. So we want to, but we still want to use thin air. Thin air might actually be too overpowered. You see, in this game, like once you know it exists, do I want to use boom? I think I want to use boom. And we want to use Chiron's bow. Those soul spawns, they're not that powerful, but the thing that makes them dangerous is their regular attacks can paralyze you, and they have a sweet breath that can put you to sleep. So that's, as you can guess, could be pretty bad. So one of the things I've never figured out is sometimes the lightning staff has the zap animation, and sometimes it has the sizzle animation, and I don't know why. Now let me see, I don't remember. It might be better to use the boomerang because that bone guy is there. Unfortunately, no crowd control works on the soul spawns. We'll just use boom again. We don't need to heal. Let's just... Yeah. The only thing that works on the soul spawns is dazzle, and honestly, they're not worth dazzling. It's not worth. You're just better off doing damage. Their physical attack doesn't do nearly enough damage to make it dangerous, and while the paralysis is irritating, you can cure that with tingle. I do have tingle, don't I? I think it wears off after battle. Let me see. Yeah, it wears off after battle, so... Honestly, the sweet breath, is much more devastating when you're in a group with other enemies. If it's just a bunch of soul spawns, it's just irritating. I've never had them paralyze my entire party before. So, look at that. That's neat. Alright, let me see. Down this way. This place is fairly straightforward. It's not that big either. You think that, I think for being the final dungeon of the game, it would be a little bigger. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't the final dungeon of the game. I mean, that's not really a spoiler. It is a spoiler, but this game came out like 2006. So, was it 2006? I don't remember. But it came out like at least 10 years ago, so, I mean, come on, man. There is a half-life on spoilers. So, we don't want to go that. We want to go this way first. No, we want to go this way first. We want to throw this. We want to go this way. Yeah, I just did this. I got to the, what is it, the healing point at the end of the dungeon, and OBS crashed, and it corrupted all of the footage I had. So, that happened. I say that, but I know exactly why OBS crashed, and it was sort of my fault. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not mad at them, or at the thing or anyway. I'm more mad at myself, because I know better than doing what I did. So anyway, we want to throw that. Although, for the first time ever, I actually did lose some footage. And it really bothers me that I lost it, because I didn't do anything. Of course, even if that happens every once in a blue moon, I will stand by and say that OBS is probably the best software of this kind that you can use. I haven't found it's a little difficult. It's not difficult to set up. You just gotta kind of look up and see what you're doing. But see, this 2 treasure chests here. I don't even know why they bother locking these chests. It's like, why? Why do you even bother? I mean, you have the magic key at this point. It is a required item that you cannot, like, exit out of your inventory. So why do you even bother locking the chests in these dungeons? I guess for flavor? I don't know. But anyway, that is mini medal number 57. 3 more, and we will get one of the, if not the best item in the game. Let me think on that. No, not the best item in the game. Definitely the best accessory in the game, but not the best item. Okay, so. Okay, my main character just got a level. Ooh, and I learned full heal. So, time to keep pumping up that courage. Let's see here. That's right, I remember what we have to do. There's 2 enemies we haven't seen so far. If for some reason I don't run into you, I'll go over a quick overview of, you know, how to defeat them. Because the last time I ran through here, I actually didn't run into the Phantom Swordsmen. So in case that happens again with one of the other 2 enemies that, you know, I haven't run into yet, I'll talk about them. So this room, not that bad. Not really a puzzle room. But still pretty good. Like I said, I'm sorry if the music is still real low. I tried turning it up, it's blasting my ears. Oh my goodness. I turned it down to about 20% and it's bearable right now, but still much louder than I would normally listen to. Okay, so we look at the map here. We see where we gotta go. So we need to go this way. There's one more chest that I want to get in this thing. I'm not worried about Padfoot. Let's leave it off. Give it a chance to, you know, possibly get into those battles with the monsters we're missing. Remember what that mural looks like for later in the game. Just remember. Okay, here we have the troll. This guy is actually really, really dangerous. He can do a desperate attack. So, normally I would recommend that you just honestly just use your monster team. This guy has 400 and something hit points, and this desperate attack, it can one-shot Jessica. I don't think it'll one-shot Angelo. I think he has enough hit points. It might not one-shot Jessica. It would definitely one-shot her if she didn't have that life bracer on. So, anyway. I'm going to equip the Demon Spear. I just want a regular attack. You can actually whack this guy. It's got a pretty low chance to work. So, we want to try and put him to sleep if we can, and we also want to try and dazzle him if we can. Sleep works, dazzle works, whack works. Yeah, see? I got really lucky there, but whack has a minor chance to work. So, you know, he has a lot of hit points. Might be worth trying that. That's why I had the hero regular attack, honestly. Let's see. So there is a chest up there, you can just see it. That is a mimic, so don't bother. This, however, is some Saint's Ashes. So we're going to put that. I actually have not decided on what I'm going to use those Saint's Ashes for yet. Okay, this... These are blood mummies. They can curse. You cast the Frizz spell, which is whatever. Sizz, which is whatever. Oh, excuse me. No, I can't. Never mind. They can only curse you. Sorry, that's my other notes. I'm reading ahead there. Frizz, Sizz, and Bang all work perfectly fine. Whoosh element, and so therefore Thin Air has slightly reduced power. And you can whack these guys. I might try doing that since there's a group of 4 there. You can also dazzle them with a moderate chance of success and put them to sleep with a minor chance of success. So let's actually put the boomerang back on here since there's so many enemies. And let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to boom, and I think I want to thwack on this group of 4 here. That's also pretty good since they're like all the way to the right. They won't take as much damage from my boomerang, so maybe I'll get lucky and kill those last 2. No, 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 no. Aww. Well, whatever. Ah, you... Fine, okay. Let's try this again. Thin Air. Boom. And... whack. Good. Might have been better to use either my staff of whatever Angelo has, or the whoosh spell. Swoosh. Oh no, that was really good. That was pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. In most of the Dragon Quest games, the whack spell, or defeat, depending on what version you're playing, is remarkably well balanced. Dragon Warrior 2 is one of those games. I don't recall... I recall it being, like, useful in Dragon Warrior 3, like, in a niche kind of way. But, oh, okay, so we gotta move the demon statues here. So, I'm gonna move this one first. It's easier to kind of do that. It's gonna take a moment. Take a moment. Alright. And we want to was I gonna do? I don't remember. Oh well. Must have not been that important. I wanted to look at something, and I don't remember what. Step on the red one this time. And if I got that other statue in a good position, this one will automatically... Yes, maybe? Yes, good. Good. Man, I've had this junk in my chest for what feels like months. Maybe I ought to get some, like, Vicks or something and put it on. Just jump down. One of the things that irritates me about this game is, like I jump down there. Some things you just can't jump down, and it's kind of irritating. It's like, well, I should be able to jump down there. But alas, you cannot. Oh, camera. Whoa. Yeah, okay, screw that battle. That was like 8 soul spawn. I'm not fighting that. I ran away. Alright. Statues. Ran away from that battle too. I want to save myself for the boss.